Okay, I will log out and come back again. I'll try that.
Believing in yourself is the first secret to success. Good morning, one and all. Let me take you through the listings of what to expect in today's session. It is also the first session of the Mega Career Guidance event Avenir 2022, #Discover You, hosted by Indian School Bosher under the aegis of Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. The welcome address will be followed by a brief introduction and a video on our eminent speaker. Then we shall invite the esteemed speaker for his presentation. After the presentation, we shall request our guest speaker to answer a few questions raised by the attendees in the question and answer segment. The continuing session will be taken up by the university spokesperson. The detailing of the courses available and the process of admission will be explained in detail. We shall conclude this session with a vote of thanks. Doing the best at the moment puts you in the best place for the next moment.
What a fantastic quote to begin the session. Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Avenir 2022, #Discover You, a global career guidance program launched by Indian School Bausha under the aegis of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman. On behalf of Indian School Bausha, I, Dia of Class 8,
and I, Prerna of Class 9,
take the proud privilege of expressing our profound gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said for the altruistic and noble benevolence showered on the Indian diaspora in the Sultanate of Oman. May the Almighty shower His choicest blessings on His Majesty, and may this nation experience peace and everlasting prosperity.
We are happy to welcome all the students, parents, and teachers for being a part of Avenir 2022, #Discover You. Thank you, one and all, for benign presence here this morning. It is with sheer joy and great pride that I take the task of introducing our speaker today, Dr. Lekha Ravi, MCom, MPhil, Commerce, PhD in Management, International Business, UG CNET, and JRF, SLET has about 25 years of teaching experience in commerce and management in various institutions and B schools, teaching at university-affiliated colleges and later in reputed B schools from 1990 to 2009. Her subject specializations include management concepts, financial management cost, and management accounting, business ethics, and business strategy. Later, in 2009, after joining the Indian Maritime University IMU and being observed as assistant professor at their B school, she also specialized in international business and PPP in port infrastructure. Dr. Lekha Ravi currently teaches General Management Infrastructure, International Business and Public-Private Partnership at School of Maritime Management of the Indian Maritime University, Chennai, and also bears additional charges as Placement Coordinator and Mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me and listen to our speaker, Dr. Lekha Ravi, on her topic, Exploring Exciting Opportunities in Maritime Sector. The platform is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Are you able to hear me clearly? Because I joined in from another device right now. Okay, thank you very much. And that was, a very good introduction. And, I must actually appreciate these young kids who are taking, so much of efforts to do the MC. Kudos to ISB for, all this, organizing this thing. It's a very new experience for me, frankly. So many years I've been dealing with college-going students, and for the past few years, I must say more than a decade, I've been dealing with only postgraduate students. So it's very refreshing for me to interact or be on a platform where, I'm able to share some knowledge with, young kids like you. A very good morning to all of you. So before I, take some input from the presentation, and I would share my screen, but I'd like to basically just, give you an overview. See, this time of your career, basically when you shift from your school to a college, it's an exciting time. Especially these days, it's a very exciting time because there's so many opportunities open to you, which weren't, the case when we grew up. And looking at the kind of opportunities, there is also this thing called too much information. And because of this too much information, I think these type of platforms and the kind of effort taken by schools to bring, different kinds of career options to the students, I think that's an amazing, effort. So I completely, I'm full of appreciation for this, and I'm glad to be part of this too. Let me deliver my 2 cents from whatever information I have, and coming from a maritime university. Though I'm not I'm not a seafaring community, but I come from a maritime university. I'd like to share some information with you. So this is not going to be limited only to the commerce stream and people. It is open to people who are looking for, a career in the sea, or even, on the shore. There is even shore jobs, but which are very closely related to seafaring profession. With that small note, I would like to share my screen. I think you have already enabled sharing my screen, right? Okay. Are you able to see the screen? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. All right. So exciting opportunities. I know I would like to explain why this is exciting. A lot of people associate maritime, career with, they have different ideas about it. But the very concept of it's not a career which is which stops with a place, or it's not limited to a region. It's basically global. You get to see new people, new culture. You move with a global community all the time. All your interactions, all your communication is with it's completely intercultural. So I would definitely say a maritime career it has its own exciting part. It's not easy. It's tough, and you need to scale up to really perform in this sector. But it is very worth. I think every sector is like that. Okay, so I think. Many people don't realize that almost 90% of traded goods, and today we use, from the time we wake up till the time we go to bed, we use so many products, none of which are, at least most of which are not, manufactured close to you or anywhere near you. It comes from different parts of the world, but we don't realize it. Most of the time we take these things for granted. But, 24/7, there is a community out there who are carrying these goods from X point to Y point, and it reaches our place, our rooms, and these all happen seamlessly. But there's a whole host of activities happening out there. So I thought I'll just start with this. The 90% of our goods are carried over the seas. Okay, and I'm going to actually hide my video view so that I'm able to concentrate on this. Okay, right. So, few facts. Shipping industry is one of our oldest. It plays a very significant, very important, very permanent role in our lives. This is just an approximate figure from the World Wide Web, from the internet. I'm sure it could be plus or minus. Cargo ships are the ones which bring material and goods to different destinations. 55,000 cargo ships are active. Over 150 countries are actively involved in international trade. So that means all the time ships are moving around, and it doesn't happen by chance. There is so much of sync, so much of perfect coordination that's happening across the globe for this to happen. And over 1.5 million sailors. And this crew is drawn from across the world. Okay, this is just a few facts. And it's just a small thing to tell you how these goods reaches from across the seas. So you can see the sea routes, like, it cuts across these major parts. This blue that you see are the oceans, and it cuts across the oceans. And this is how goods reaches. These are the major sea routes. And the red points that you see are the choke points, where, there are a lot of ships have to wait to embark and, to get their, to berth and get their cargo onto the land. So let's explore the career options. Because time is limited, I'd like to show you, like I will only be able to skim through the various things, but I'd like to describe the job to you and then how you reach there. I hope that's okay. So broadly, career in maritime sector can be divided into two. One is the offshore. Offshore meaning into the sea, seafaring jobs, technical jobs on the ship. Onshore jobs are commercial jobs related to shipping business, commercial activities in the ports, and the entire gamut of logistics that connect the sea and the shore. Okay. So I'm going to quickly take you through the seafaring jobs. There is the offshore jobs or onboard jobs. It's broadly divided into the deck, the people who manage the deck, the ship deck, the engine department, and the stewards department. These are the three broad categories where employment opportunities are available. These are the areas. But on the whole, all these jobs are highly rewarding, meaning compared to other professions for a similar set of studies, etc. This sector pays higher. It is highly rewarding, but it's a very challenging work environment. I'll be briefly touching on the challenges. And there is a technical training is involved in this, and you need special training to go on ships. So this is the hierarchy. I'm not sure because it's a longer flow chart, but however, the deck department, chief officer, second officer, third officer, and all these technical people who work with him, and the deck cadets. Then you have the master or the captain under these all these people, the deck, the steward, and the engine all work under the master. That's the captain of the ship. The steward plays a very major role because he takes care of the people in the the ship, like the chief steward, the chief cook, the cooks, etc. You have the engine department, very important, manned and led by the chief engineer. So the second engineer and the third engineer assist the chief engineer, and then you have other people who work in the technical side. And we have this guy called ETO, the electrician or the electrotechnical officer, who actually is a major link between these divisions, and he basically takes care of the safety of the ship. This guy, this master or captain of the ship, topmost authority, you reach there over a period of time, and he has absolute authority on board. Okay, chief officer, or is called the first mate or the first officer. He reports to the the master as second in command. Anytime the master is incapable, the chief mate or the first officer takes charge. Second officer on board, he's the person who is usually responsible for the navigation. I hope you understand the word navigation. Lack of time, I'm not able to explain every term, but I suggest you, you take these inputs and, look for what is navigation is basically, getting the route right. And his duty is around the bridge. He fixes the voyage plans, chart corrections, updates about where they are, how they are, where they reach, etc. So all these are some, some technical jobs which he takes care: unmooring, ballasting, cargo operations. He's also called SSO, Ship Security Officer. Third officer, he also serves on the ship under the other, the seniors, and he takes care of safety. It is his responsibility to maintain all firefighting and life-saving gear, which can become crucial at times of crisis. So he is in charge when new cadets join. He's the guy who takes care of them, trains them, and provides them the training part of it. So other jobs are there. There is the bosun is quite an important person there. Then we have other pump man, able-bodied seaman, ordinary seaman. These are all the other jobs. Then we come to the other important task other than the captain, the chief engineer. He ensures that the technical department is working smoothly. So we have second and third engineers who assist and help the chief engineer. Their roles are very clearly determined. And the third engineer is watchkeeping responsibilities, and they perform the routine maintenance check. Okay, of chief engineer usually does the directions, and under his plan, under his direction, the second engineer, third engineer, they all have specific duties to perform on the ship. And this guy, ETO, he is also a very important technical position. See, a ship is run by automation, and an ETO, essentially, he has to maintain all the electrical system. It has to be working, it has to be in order. So like the deck cadet, we also have engine cadet, the lowest level, and they report to the second engineer for training. So what courses take you to your seafaring career? So I'll just leave the slide on for a moment so you can understand. There is this naval architects. These are all engineering courses. I will move on to other courses, 3-year courses too. These are all 4-year courses. Naval architecture and offshore engineering. Naval architecture is all about shipbuilding. And shipbuilding is very unlike other types of, your engineering, the design part of it is very key. And these are crucial training is provided in this 4-year course. Petroleum engineering associated to this, harbor and ocean engineering associated, marine, electrical and electronics engineering, BE shipbuilding, repair and conversion technology. These are all, different courses offered by different universities across the world. The nomenclature, the names may differ, but some of these, programs overlap. You have marine information and marine engineering. So these are all 4-year courses which you join after the 12th standard. Okay. Okay, I just saw a chat. I thought I was getting a message. Okay. So the entrance exam for the marine engineering course, there are entry level examinations. Mostly this is with relevance to India. For marine engineering and all the above courses, we have different entrance level examination. JEE is an all India common entrance test. MARY is a marine engineering entrance exam. By the MARY GATE. I think most of you know this, graduate aptitude test for engineering students. IMU CET. So I come from Indian Maritime University. So we conduct an all India common entrance test for many of these technical courses. That is for the engineering, and for the nautical science. And we also have a CET for the commercial jobs. So JEE joint IIT entrance exam. Then the Tolani Maritime Institute is one of the leading institutes in India providing maritime education, one with a lot of legacy behind it, very good reputation. So they have an entrance exam, and HIMT is another major institute offering maritime training. So these are some of this is not exhaustive. These are suggestive lists, and those interested, I suppose, please browse and look for the dates when this. It usually comes up sometime around December, January, and those interested can look out for the entrance tests to maritime courses. We have 3-year courses and diplomas too, leading to a career in the sea. BSc Nautical Science for 3 years. Then we have a diploma course for 2 years for marine engineering, diploma course for nautical science, which is a 1-year course, which requires them to complete the 1 year, and then there are examinations where which makes them fit to come up to being equivalent to the 3-year one. So these above courses lead you to a seafaring course after your +2 or the 12th standard. These are primarily, since these are all technical courses which involve physics, maths, and chemistry. So these, whatever I have told you now, are for the science group students. Okay. So there are some musts for seafaring courses. You need to, verify or check that you fall within this. Ideally, I mean, this is not something, this is across the globe. Age should be between 17 and 25. There are some relaxations for certain, reserved communities. Then you should have perfect eyesight, no color blindness. There should not be any impaired field of vision that you will put under, an eye test for this. No hearing impairment. Ideally above 42 kilograms and at least a height of 150 centimeters. Dental health is verified and should be certified. It is in good condition. Mentally stable, psychologically stable, and good health overall will be verified by a medical examination. And very importantly, I say this at all forums that I get, there are no gender restrictions. There is a widespread belief that seafaring profession, whether onshore or offshore, it's restricted or more, leaned towards men. We have women everywhere today, and they're doing a wonderful job. So there are no gender restrictions. I want to get this across to all the young girls who have joined us today. Okay, so broadly now, we look at careers away from the sea. Earlier, it was, seafaring, in the sea, sailing, in the ship. This is related to it, but they are the shore jobs. So broadly, for international trade, both the export, import activities, logistics management, which is, I would say, a very key area, logistics and supply chain management, maritime economics and insurance, shipping laws. There's so many laws, region-wise, you need to be aware. The maritime law is a very key component of this entire trade, port management and charting. So these are careers away from the sea, and these are open to non-science students. Science and commerce stream can look up for, for opportunities in these. So those who do not want to go to sea but still like the maritime sector, you can opt for a 3-year degree course in BBM in shipping, BBA in logistics, BBA in logistics and supply chain, BBA or BSc in maritime operations. And you can follow it up with a postgraduate course in any of this: shipping, logistics, port management, supply chain management. And you will land a job which is as exciting as the the seafaring jobs. So these are the onshore. Onshore meaning people who work on the shore, but they negotiate and they continuously communicate and interact with the people who are running the ships. So who are the people? I mean, where do we go? Where are these onshore jobs available? Ship owners. They require a variety of people, professionals, ship charters and brokers, people who are the crux of the shipping business. They're the charters and the brokers, ship managers, shipping agents, freight forwarders. Freight forwarders, it's another key area who recruits a lot of people with with a background, with a maritime background, to man their businesses. Forwarding houses and customs house agents. These are all related, but they are all niche areas with a lot of specializations. And then ports and terminals. The ports and the terminals which are at the ports, they require specialized people with a maritime training and with an understanding of how this maritime trade happens. Logistics companies, warehouses. Warehouses are the hubs from where these goods actually move across the globe. Insurance, P&I clubs, ship construction and repair. These are short jobs, and they all have specialized areas which you can specialize in and move into a career in maritime, in commercial maritime sector. So these are the type of institutions you work. This kind of areas where you actually get to be a marketing or management executives. Your UG degree also fetches you jobs. Some of them, after a period of working, stint of working, they can do their masters, and they will be, they will climb very fast in these areas. Operations, sales and marketing of shipping companies, documentation region, advice on legal affairs, data management, data analysis, data analytics in maritime and shipping, finance, shipping finance, and the engineering and technical side, which are not on the ship but off the ship, and the human resource functions, HR, management of shipping business. So these are some of the, as I told you, they're not exhaustive, but they are some of the indicative areas where you can, build a profession. So I want to tell you, this is my area. This is where, I have been working in maritime management. I'm attached to the B School of Indian Maritime University, which is a central university. Largely, all the regimental courses leading to merchant navy, and we also have specialized maritime management courses. So these are some of the maritime management courses available throughout the world. Okay, so we have an MBA and PG diploma in logistics supply chain, MBA in international transportation and logistics management, an MBA in shipping management, MBA in shipping and logistics. These are areas where you can approach after your degree. But I still thought I will tell you, because we're talking not just about immediately after, we're talking about a career path. It's good to tell you about these things in case you find that this career is interesting and you'd like to explore further. I want you to know that there are very good specialized MBAs out there, and you can choose to study in any part, any region, which impresses you. At our university, we are offering 2 streams right now: MBA in international transportation and logistics, and MBA in port and shipping management. So these are the courses. We also have BBA. We also run a BBA course in logistics, e-commerce, and retail. And these are the areas which actually will lead you to jobs in maritime management, commercial part of shipping business. So all these activities fall under the purview of maritime and shipping management. dock work, managing. You will be right there, in ports and the dock, managing stuff, coordinating with logistic companies for movement of goods, handling procurement of materials, building new ships, repairing old ones. So you're directly associated with shipbuilding, directly associated with, these logistic companies and movement, export, import. These are the areas. It's just a picture I thought of. This is, a lot of containers. You must, these must be common sight, but a container yard, this is how it's massive operations going behind the scenes for, movement of goods across the world. So who is a maritime professional? So a professional is one who handles the responsibilities linked with running ports or a ship. So according to IMU, which is an apex organization which provides, regulations from time to time, which all the maritime community follows across the world. More than 90% of world trade is done via sea, which I had already told you. And there is maritime and shipping management also involves a lot of complex responsibilities because there's compliance involved. Maritime trade regulations across different countries. And you need to coordinate with, international naval institutions, naval bodies. So it's not, I'm not saying it's difficult, but it is complex and it is exciting. So after a maritime management degree, you could be a port manager, you could be a shipping manager, you could be a yard manager. Some of the top recruiters, including for our students, they include major shipping, logistics, freight forwarding companies like ONE, that is ONE Freight, which is the NYK. There was a merger of the major ones. Then Maersk, CMA CGM, Kuehne+Nagel, DHL Global, many more. A lot of companies basically recruit people. And one thing I can tell you is all the time there is always a tall demand for shipping professionals. So I encourage you to look at a career in maritime. So these are some of which is port operations managers. So picture is not very clear, but anyway, I thought I will show you some. Women are doing very well in all these things, including operations. So there's another interesting course, a career in maritime law. Maritime law, basically, you can reach there through, after an LLB, you can go through an LLM. It actually addresses a very important part in maritime studies, maritime insurance, national maritime law, environmental policies, piracy rules, so many piracy related regulations, and lot of regulations when you move goods from X point to Y point, from X country to Y country. And legal advice is crucial, is vital. So international sales of products and services. So, drafting, contract law, etc. So the people who go through these courses are usually, they become maritime lawyers, or they become, legal counsel or advisor to maritime or shipping institutions, or they get into a career which involves marine insurance, which is again, a massive field, very key, very important. When you ship goods across the sea, insurance, marine insurance, you need a lot of legal advice on that. So this is another area, maritime law. Those of you with a penchant for law can look at this. Again, I must tell you, these are all very highly paid as compared to other professions. So for your benefit, some of the world's best maritime institutions, State University of New York Maritime College at the US, California Maritime Academy, Greenwich Maritime. These are legacy institutes which have built a name for itself. Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology, Korean Maritime University, I think it's Korea Maritime University. So these are some of the world's best. It's ranked by different organizations. Anyway, the top 10 in India for maritime studies, I would just like to tell you some of these. Rather than read it out, I think I can. Anglo-Eastern is one legacy institute, which is at the top. This is ranking by one particular group. Ranking can change depending upon the different bodies which rank it. IMU stands second, which I come from Indian Maritime University. Wales Academy of Maritime Studies, Chennai, Tolani Maritime Institute, Mumbai. In many places, Tolani is actually in the top three. Then you have Manat, Pune, at Noida, IMA at Chennai, and Institute of Technology and Marine Engineering at Kolkata, CMC at Coimbatore, and AMET University here at Chennai. So these are some of the top 10 universities and academies offering multiple courses in maritime field. Almost all the courses that I mentioned earlier are offered in all these institutions, and you can visit the website and look for specific details as to the eligibility criteria, etc. So I think it's not complete unless I tell you about the pros and cons. The pros, first thing, which actually encourages young minds to choose a career in maritime, higher earnings relatively, and a lot of countries, provide tax-free income due to the non-resident status provided by different kinds. So tax-free income is a big plus. And there are a lot of memorable career moments when you travel through the sea, or when you work with the seafaring profession. The cons, the seafaring professions, especially, you need to be away from normal life, and some of the commercial jobs also require you to be operations. You are always on the move, and maybe not exactly it's not a cushy job. And normal life and connections, you are sometimes isolated. Today, of course, the ship captains can they can take the family on, but it's still disruption from away from house. You are in the mid sea. You are it's risky. I don't want to highlight that too much, but there have always been instances where I would say risk is everywhere, but the high seas, the risks are not in our hands. Sometimes natural disasters also can happen. Stressful work schedule. This is something which we cannot sugarcoat. There is always a pressure to deliver in this sector. So those who like challenging jobs, which are highly paid as well, and which offer you exciting opportunities to mix and mingle and see the world, then the maritime is for you. So there is a small video which I would like you to watch, but I will come back to that. So I just want to say, in spite of all these cons, the sea still beckons. A lot of people love to take a profession. So every year when students join us from across the country, I ask them what they see here. And we don't want to do a regular MBA. We would like to join and learn this field. I know it is not easy, but we would really like to go ahead and take a jump into this career, maritime opportunities. Okay. Can I play this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it is from the YouTube. I'm sorry. Yep. Okay, I think I exceeded my time. So I fast forwarded that video, okay. Anyway, I thought it would just give an... Are we done?
Wow, ma'am. That was an extraordinary and inspiring session by you. Your creative and informative session enlightened us and kept each one of us engaged. Now, we would like to request our speaker, Dr. Lekha Ravi, to kindly answer a few queries put forth by the audience. For this, may I now invite the moderator of the session, Ms. Anita Solomon, to pose some questions from the audience to you. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving us a broad perspective on opportunities in maritime. It was indeed an amazing and educative session. There are a few questions raised by our students in the question and answer window, which I would like to put forward. The first question: what are the duties of maritime? What are the different kinds of duties of maritime?
Kinds of duties vary depending on whether you choose a seafaring career or a shore job. Seafaring career, it's a technical training completely that's open to science students primarily. And we have, right from starting from the captain, as I have shown in the presentation, right up to the deck cadet. And all these jobs are highly paid. The other side, commercial side of shipping, handling the, the ship, the logistics, the trade part of it, the import, export, etc. It's the non-seafaring jobs. Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma'am. Next question, ma'am. What is the impact of new technology in maritime industry?
Yes, it's having a very good impact, and technology-wise, almost all sectors, the manner in which things were being done earlier are undergoing a sea change, and the training for this is also being imparted in the classrooms, and in all the academies have all upgraded themselves to match the technology change that's happening in the field. And it's actually brought the whole world closer. And globalization has, in fact, enhanced this. So technology has a great impact, and almost all your courses are, lined with the requisite technology training that's required too. Technology has had a major impact, and it is going to, the rate of impact is actually very fast. It's happening as we speak.
Ma'am, the next question is, what is the role of a port manager? Can you please elaborate on that?
Yes, a port manager has a very, I should say, a very high or weighty responsibility on his shoulders. Like, he is the person who connects the people who are moving across the seas and finds, the slot, the time at which a ship should actually come in berth, and, and these. When a ship comes, if may have seen a ship carrying a lot of containers, each container may have a different destination. So there are a host of people using technology, planning at what time ship's berth, and then how it goes, where it goes to X point, to Y point, movement of the containers. There is perfect alignment in this. There's a whole host of activities which actually come under. These are all coming under the role of a port manager.
Ma'am, the last question. How long does it take to reach the highest hierarchy in maritime?
So maritime is very broad. For people who go in with a degree in your nautical science as nautical officers, I think within a period of 5 to 6 years, they reach a senior level. And becoming a captain today is not, as it used to be in the earlier days. Today, within a range of 6 to 8 years, or maximum of 10 years, most of them reach the highest hierarchy. And they sail for something very young. They sail for a few years, earn money, and then they move to their families and show. There's a lot of work-life balance today, unlike earlier. Short jobs, it's still faster, I would say, within a period of 5 years. And if you're smart and you acquire on-field experience along with, a good postgraduate degree, within 6 to 7 years, you climb to a very senior management level. I would advise people taking up a UG degree to work and then take up a management degree, a PG degree, which actually, jumpstarts them in their career. Experience plus a good degree from a good institute.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable answers. I'm sure our students have benefited and they have a broader prospect, broader thinking of maritime. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So too, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and all the very best to the young minds there. A good word to the MCs also, the young MCs.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Very sweet. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I shall sign out.
We request the participants to kindly fill in the feedback form, which has been shared in the chat window and webinar window, both. Thank you. Over to Prerna.
Thank you, ma'am, for all your support and guidance given to the large audience by attending to their concerns so patiently during the course of discussion. And now it's time for us to move on the second part of the session, the time to meet the university spokesperson, Ms. Ayushi Jaiswal, Senior Counselor at SP Jain School of Global Management for undergraduate programs, with a over decade experience in council based in Dubai campus, United Emirates. Over to our spokesperson, Ms. Ayushi Jaiswal.
She hasn't given us the permission to share the screen. Screen share.
Can she allow us to share the screen?
Hi, can you allow us to share the screen?
Ma'am, you can share the video. You are the co-host. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
No, it is showing still disabled by the host.
We still haven't got the control to share the screen. It is showing as host disabled participant screen sharing.
No, we are not the co-host.
Change list attendee. You can raise hands, no?
Good morning, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We have made you the co-host. Can you try again?
Ma'am, we have not been made the co-host. If you see in the participant list, we still don't have the control because we are still not the co-host.
Okay, ma'am. Just a minute.
Sure, ma'am.
Avenir is a global career guidance event to empower students and assist them in identifying their ideal future career path. It was conceptualized by the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Sultanate of Oman. The first Avenir was organized at Indian School Al Mabala in the year 2018. In 2019, Indian School El Seeb conducted the program. Indian School Muscat conducted the first virtual Avenir in the year 2020. Avenir 2021 was conducted virtually by Indian School Al Wadi Al Kabir. In 2022, the flagship school in Oman. Indian School Bosher is all set to fly the flag higher by conducting Avenir 2022 in hybrid mode. Our impeccable planning, devoted team, unmatched resources guarantee a memorable event. The 5-day event will be held from Thursday, October 13, 2022 to Tuesday, October 18, 2022. Prominent achievers, educators, and industry experts will address the audience. Universities and educational institutes from different corners of the globe will present themselves to the audience of Avenir 2022. The event is open to all educational boards, including CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB. It will provide comprehensive career guidance to students to pursue their passions at national and international universities. Avenir 2022 guarantees a wealth of information and awareness on 21st century courses, scholarships, internships, and career placements. This event will assist students in discovering their ideal future career path. Let us gather together for this 5 days of excitement, effulgence, enlightenment, exploration, and exaltation. Let's join Avenir 2022 to discover you.
Wait, are we getting it?
Yeah, we are live now.
Start, right? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Respected teachers and students. On behalf of SP Jain School of Global Management, we would like to welcome everyone today who have joined us for this session. We really apologize for the delay, but without causing further delay, we would now like to start the presentation. Before that, we would like to thank the Board of Directors at Avenir and everyone who has joined us for the session today. So we'll start off with the presentation. So as you all know about SP Jain, our student has already briefed you about. So we are an Australian business school and we have campuses here in Dubai, Mumbai, Singapore, and Sydney. Yes, so SP Jain welcomes you to stand out. Let us see how can you stand out when you join us at SP Jain. We have two students. The first student's name is Sam D'Souza. He decides to join BBA in the batch 2015 in some XYZ business school. His education and work experience, let us look at it. 2015 to 16, he studied in Singapore. 16 to 17, that is year 2, again, he studied in Singapore. 17 to 18, also year 3, he studied in Singapore. And his final year, also he studied in Singapore in XYZ Business School. Let us look at the other student, Ms. Anjani Kapoor, who joined us at SP Jain School of Global Management for the undergraduate program in Bachelor's of Business Administration. So her education and work experience, this is what it looks like. In 2015, she started studying with us in the Singapore campus. At the end of year 1, she interned at Philips Asian Singapore. 2016 to 17, that is when she started with year 2, she studied in Dubai. She interned at Philips Lighting Middle East and Turkey, Dubai. And 2017 to 18, she studied year 3 in Sydney. She interned at Excel Blue Sydney. And her year 4, she studied in Sydney campus again. She has been finally placed at MediaCom in Sydney. Let us look at her special achievements. After, she completed the program and while she was studying with SPJ, she was the head organizer at TEDx SPJ in Sydney. She has been placed second out of 300 bloggers across Singapore, Sydney, and Dubai. She has been part of the MIT boot camp and has an acceptance rate of 10%, was selected to be one of 93 participants. She has secured the first place in an international business plan pitching competition, wherein there were participants from 20 plus countries. So now you can see a very distinguished difference between a student who joined an XYZ business school versus a student who joined us at SP Jain School of Global Management. So she is Miss Anjani Kapoor, and there's a short video that I would like to play. And there's a small message that she would like to give all the students here. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Anjani Kapoor and I graduated from the BBA course majoring in marketing. I'm currently working in MediaCom Sydney, which is a part of the WPP group of companies, which is one of the largest advertising agency in the world. The Tri-City model by SP Jain is such a wonderful opportunity for you all to capitalize on for two main reasons. The first one being the curriculum that is delivered by the experienced professors are formulated in such a way that when you enter the real world, you're equipped with your own toolkit. Secondly, after every year, you've got 4 months of vacation. You've got all the opportunity to work in 3 different countries. So please make maximum use of it, irrespective if you're planning to join your family business or the corporate world. For some context, I'll tell you what I did. During my first year in Singapore, I interned in Philips Lighting in the marketing and sales team. In Dubai, I got an opportunity to continue working with them. After my 3rd year, I went to Harvard University to explore and learn more about marketing and entrepreneurship because I wanted to do something different that year. During my time in Sydney, I also went to the MIT Entrepreneurship and Innovation Bootcamp in February 2019, which was held in Brisbane. I also interned in Excel Blue, which is a technological startup. Apart from my internships, during the 4 months in university, please take the lead to organize events. SP Jain is very supportive and encourages all types of initiative. To be honest, it's so rare to be given such a unique opportunity as SP Jain has to offer to mold you to become such a confident person. So please make use of it. I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful time. Please feel free to contact me if you need any advice or help. Don't forget to have fun. Good luck.
So that was Miss Anjani Kapoor, one of our students. So nothing like hearing it from her about her experience at SP Jain. So Anjani is not the only one. We have a lot of other students. Let us take a look at their profile as well. So we have Adit, who studied year 1 in Singapore campus, interned in Singapore as well as research assistant intern in Smile Smith Dental Services. Year 2 is where he studied in Dubai, interned in Dubai as finance and accounts intern in Emirates NBD. Year 3, he studied in Sydney. He interned in Sydney private equity intern. And year 4, he studied again in Sydney campus, where he worked as financial advisory valuations, Grant Thornton, Sydney. We also have another student, Rohan. Year 1, he studied in Singapore campus and he interned as a marketing analyst in DSMC. Year 2, he studied in Dubai, interned in Dubai. Year 3, he studied in Sydney and he interned as a performance media intern in Publicis Media as a campaign planner. And year 4, he studied in Australia and he worked as a social coordinator for the Australian government. Then we have our third student, Kalyani. Year 1, she studied in Singapore, interned in Singapore as sales and marketing executive. Year 2, she studied in Dubai, interned in Dubai as data entry intern at SP Jain. Year 3, she studied in Sydney, retail sales assistant, Lavisa Pty Limited, Sydney. That is where she interned. And year 4, she's currently studying in our Sydney campus. So these were, some profiles and the journey of students who have, actually planned and studied with us. So going forward, we can also share and connect you to a lot of other students who are, still studying with us. So let us take a look at what do we mean when we say you will stand out and how. So it would be through a unique combination of in-classroom activities and out-of-classroom activities. So let us go on a journey. What will you do in these cities besides studying? So as we mentioned, it's a good combination of in-classroom and out-of-classroom activities. So let us see what are the other activities that you'll be involved in. There's a short video that we would like you to take a look at. So I'll just play the video. can see it very clearly. It's just not studies. We also make sure that you have fun, right? And these are all the activities. So you can see it's a wide range of activities. There's paintball, there's boat racing, there are welcome parties, inter-campus events, and various cultural events. So yes, it's very important that while you study with us, you have to ensure that you are having these out of classroom activities, and this is how we ensure that you have one. And you can also see there are industrial visits. So when you are part of those industrial visits, you not only get to see the entertainment aspect, but once you're back, you'll be given case studies to solve on that particular entity. So now let's take a look at So yes, now let's move on to the next part of it. That is how can you impact the real world skills? So you can impact the real world skills by making yourself future ready. Let us see how you do that. So there's a short video here. I'll just play the video again.
Hello everyone. I'm Dr. John Lodewicz. I am the Vice President Academic of the SP Jain School of Global Management. I want to share with you about the classroom of the future. The classroom of the future that we have today at SP Jain. We call it the Engaged Learning Classroom, or ELC.
Good morning, Jaguars. Okay, it's wonderful to see all of you. So let's continue where we left off in our last class. In our last class, we talked about data privacy, we talked about ethics in business. And I asked you to read an article about the Facebook Cambridge Analytica scandal, which just erupted this year in March. So let's go into the World Economic Forum, in its Future of the Jobs report, identified complex problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity as the top 3 skills of 2020. But here's where the problem lies. Traditional classrooms don't really do a good job when it comes to developing these skills. What we have done at SP Jain is something quite innovative and different. We've created this learning ecosystem called the Engaged Learning Classroom that focuses on helping students develop the skills they will actually use to work. Skills like problem solving, communication, teamwork, critical thinking, creativity, and business intelligence. So unlike a traditional classroom where you take notes and you watch a PowerPoint, in the ELC you will discuss, you will debate, you will argue, and you will ideate. And faculty will engage you by asking questions. Questions like, what would you do if you were the CEO of a business that is not doing well? Or how would you expand your business across a new market? So as we've seen, Facebook has been in the news recently for quite a number of scandals, most importantly for breaching data privacy and election interfering. I would like you to imagine that you are the CEO of Facebook, you are Mark Zuckerberg, put yourself in his shoes. How are you going to assure your investors, your customers, and your shareholders that you have their best interest at heart? Please come up with one integrated solution to address 3 areas: government regulation, your own customer base, as well as the branding of Facebook. You've got 2 minutes. Time is up. Let's have a look at all the responses. Okay, I think we've got some great responses here. Let's do a quick poll on the top 3. So Sarah, what have you voted for and why did you make that choice?
I voted to have data regulated, and to be honest, I don't think Facebook is solely responsible for the data breach.
It's nothing like what you would expect to do in an undergraduate program. You will be cold called, you will be challenged to really think and make smart decisions. You will participate in polls and quizzes. One thing is for sure, you won't find yourself in the middle of a boring lecture.
That's an interesting point. I think Keegan wants to ask a question.
Yeah, Sarah has a very interesting viewpoint, and I'm all for the regulation changes. But as the CEO, I would take accountability, outline fixtures, and focus on reassuring my customers that we are very serious about protecting the data. I really like the fact that there is a spirit of healthy competition in the class. We are constantly challenging each other to step out of our comfort zone and think out of the box. We are active, invested, and really on our toes.
I think both your points are excellent. Now, what I would like to do is I would like all of us to get together in groups and to figure out whether Facebook should be split up, because currently it is occupying a monopoly. If we're splitting up Facebook, then we can...
The questions are drafted in such a way that you have to step out of the shoes of a student and into the shoes of a business leader. And using whatever information you have and drawing upon the concepts that you've learned from the classes, you have to frame your solutions. Over a period of time, you really start to understand what makes businesses tick, why leaders make the decisions they make, and how they can creatively solve a problem.
Now, if you're responsible for the next phase of Facebook's growth, what would you do first? What would be your #1 priority? Please submit your responses using your tablets.
An exciting feature of the Engaged Learning Classroom are the tablets that you see students using. These tablets are equipped with features that allow you to virtually interact with faculty while the class is in progress. You can virtually raise your hand to ask a question. You can ask the faculty to slow down or go faster. You can participate in a quiz or a poll. You can take notes, and you can share your documents in real time. You can bookmark a lecture and watch it later from the comfort of your home, a cafe, or wherever you are. So how do we know that students actually develop the skills that are needed to do well at work?
We have a learning analytics app. We call it Scoreboard. And what it does is it measures the students' achievement of business skills.
Are you in the top 10% of the class in creative thinking? Do you need to improve your business intelligence? How are you faring in critical thinking? Scoreboard keeps track of your performance every single day and lets you know how well you are doing versus the rest of the class.
Hi Prof, I was just looking at my scoreboard and I don't think I'm doing very good in creativity.
You seem to be doing really well in terms of critical thinking and business intelligence. In fact, you're in the top 10% of the class. I also thought you made a really good point today when you talked about business ethics. What I could do is I could send you some case studies. You could go through them and we could discuss them later this week. And I can also give you some additional practice material to work on.
I like to think of the ELC as a gymnasium, where you come in every day, exercise your brain, build your creative stamina, and train yourself to think like a business leader. And the scoreboard as a weighing scale that lets you know exactly how you're progressing.
You get to know the facts, how good you are at creativity, what you need to do to improve your critical thinking skills. You really get to figure out your strengths and weaknesses and take all the right steps to improve your game. I think that's pretty amazing.
Yes, so that was the Engaged Learning Classroom. That is the technology that we follow for your day-to-day classroom activities. As you could see, it's very clear from the video. Everything is done through a Blackboard feature that will be installed in your devices, and everything is available on a tap and just a click. So anything you need to interact, you need to ask questions to your faculty while the session is on, you just need to raise hands with just a click on your device. So this is the kind of technology that you will be, experiencing when you study with us here at SPJ. Let's move on to the next slide. So now I would like everybody to look at this video. This video is basically a depiction of the diversity that we have across all our campuses. So without any further delay, I'll just play the video.
Mabuhay! We're from the Philippines and we're part of Class 2019.
Hi, we're from South Korea.
Hi, I'm Jaya from Dubai.
Hello everybody, my name is Joel and I'm from Finland.
I'm from Mexico. Hi, my name is Aida and I'm from Kyrgyzstan.
Hi, I'm Serena from Italy.
Hi, I'm Kyujin and I'm also from South Korea.
Hi, I'm Shriti. I'm an Indian but I used to reside in Dubai.
Hi, I'm Monica from Poland.
And I'm from Mongolia. Also, you can call me Josie or Ether Ninjin.
Hi, I'm Christine from Philippines.
Hi, I'm Una and I'm from South Korea.
Hi, I'm from the Dominican Republic.
Hi, I'm Aino. I'm from Finland.
Hi, from Kazakhstan.
We are the class of 2019.
So yes, we do have students from across the world studying with us. And yes, being a part of this diversity helps you adapt and learn with peers, from different culture, from different background, which also gives you an experience to work in global teams going forward. So yes, coming on to the choices we offer. By choices, we mean what are the kind of programs that we offer at the undergraduate level. So we offer two programs. One is Bachelor's in Business Administration, and the second program that we have is Bachelor's in Data Science. Let us take an in-depth look in both these programs. So yes, the first program being the Bachelor of Business Administration program. This is a 4-year program. It's Tri-City program. By Tri-City, we mean that you will be studying this program across 3 different cities. Okay, so let us take a look at how you're going to study the program. That is, what are the options that you have while selecting the campuses. So for year 1, you have an option to choose between our Singapore or Mumbai campus. Second year, you will study in Dubai campus, and third and fourth year, you will study in Sydney campus. That makes it a Tri-City program. So covering 3 campuses in 3 different cities of the world. And we have basically there are majors that come with the program. So we have 3 majors: marketing, finance, and entrepreneurship. So the first year you study all the subjects, all the modules. It's the second year when you get to choose your majors. So second, third, and fourth year, you're studying your majors that you select. And besides that, you will have opportunities to pursue in summer internships and exchange programs. And you get to graduate with an Australian degree and the option to apply for the 2-year post-study work rights in Australia. So talking about recruiters and talking about placements and internship services, yes, we do offer placements and internship services as well. We have a dedicated corporate relations team that will assist you in, finding your internships and final placements. And we have a tie-up with around 200 to 250 organizations across the globe. So these are the top recruiters that we have for BBA, that is the Bachelor's in Business Administration program. So you can see these are some of the top recruiters. So yes, there's ACY Securities, Australian Clubs, Superdry, Digital Hub, and we also have KPMG, Deloitte, Amazon also added to the list. And these are the few locations, that is the top employment locations where our students have been placed at: Singapore, UAE, India, Thailand, Vietnam, Mauritius, and Belize. So moving on to the second program that we offer, that is Bachelor's in Data Science program. This is a 3-year multi-city program. You have 2 options to study this program. The first option being you study year 1 in Mumbai, year 2, year 3, you move to our Sydney campus. Or the second option is you study all 3 years in Sydney. While studying this program, you get an in-depth exposure to data science. So data science will include all these modules like your data mining, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics, capstone projects, and there are a lot of other progressive modules. You will have access to the data science labs, opportunities to pursue projects, and global internships. For our data science program, we have been ranked #1 in India by the Analytics India magazine, and the program is accredited by the Data Science Council of America, which means after you complete the program, you can apply for the DASCA certification in order to enhance your employability. And lastly, you graduate with an Australian degree and the option to apply for 2-year post-study work rights in Australia. So these are some top recruiters for data science. You have Unilever, you have Macquarie, you have HDFC, you have FirstCry, and of course, adding to the list would also be KPMG, Deloitte, and Amazon. You can work as data analyst, as a business analyst, something into a software engineer. So these are all the profiles and all the career transitions that you can have. Research analyst, yeah, after studying this program. So this is the average base salary and the placement record that we have for all the students, who have secured jobs in Australia. So 40%, over 40% of our students have secured jobs in Australia within 3 months of graduation. And this is the average graduate salary for a BBA program, that is 60,000 Australian dollars. And for a BDS program, the average base salary is 85,000 Australian dollars. So post-study work rights, we just mentioned about the post-study work rights. So just let us take a look at what it is. So this is a very attractive outcome of graduating with a bachelor's degree from SP Jain. And this is the post-study work right, which means on completing 2 years of full-time academic study in Australia, SP Jain students are eligible to apply for a work visa that allows them to live and work in Australia. So you very much have the right to live and work in Australia after you complete your graduate studies with us. Let us take a look at the admissions process that we follow. So step 1, you submit your application online. Step 2, you appear for an SP Jain's aptitude test. So this SP Jain aptitude test, it includes a business creativity test like your essay, case discussion, followed by a personal Zoom interview. And step 3 would be the last step, that is you will be informed of the 3 possible outcomes of a waitlist or rejection. These are our contact details. My name is Ayushi and my colleague Ms. Medha. We handle the undergraduate programs. So you can just take a note of our email address and our contact details and be connected to us. We will be happy to assist you with all your questions. Yes.
Thank you very much for the informative session, and we are sure that the process of exploring and inquiring has begun in the minds of students and parents. Over to the moderator.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Thank you, ma'am, for a visually informative and lively session. Just 1 or 2 questions for you, ma'am. What is the role of a business analyst?
So a business analyst is basically, analyzing data. And see, business analyst, as the word is very clear, it means analyzing data to predict and forecast business trends. So this is what a business analyst means in short. Now, if we get into the depth and details of the role, it means, you will have to collect data. There are a lot of technologies like your SQL, which is database management techniques. You will have to, take help of that technique. And you can only use a technique if you have studied and if you are aware of how to use the SQL. So it is managing large database in order to arrive at a particular trend or a business forecast.
Next question, ma'am. What are the traits needed for a general career in marketing?
A general career in marketing. So you mean to say when you enter the program with us, or when you are going to pursue the final placements, or probably the internship? So what exactly is it?
I think it should be the placements.
Okay. Okay.
Students.
So, ma'am, the basic trait would be, for a marketing profile, you need to firstly be presentable. Yeah. Secondly, you need to be well versed with the marketing trends that are being followed, in the market globally and in the location that you are in. And thirdly, you need to have the exposure of working in global teams. So, marketing is something which is a very broad term, I would say. But these are the core, specifics that every recruiter would be looking at.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your valued answers. Over to Prerna now.
As we draw the end of this enriching session, I deem my great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. We extend a heartfelt thanks to our eminent speaker, Dr. Lekha Ravi, for all the words of motivation. We express our gratitude for the spokesperson, Ms. Ayushi Jaiswal, for the IDP, for sharing us detail and giving us an overview of the career guidance. Thank you, ma'am. Our deepest sense of appreciation and gratitude to Chairman Dr. Shivakumar Manikyam and members on the boards of directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Our heartfelt thanks to the President, Mr. Ajayan Poyara, and the members of Indian School Bosch's School Management Committee, and the Principal of the school, Dr. Bhavesh Phalirao. We request the participants to kindly fill in the feedback form posted on the chat window.
I would also like to mention one more thing, which just, so basically, since we have students, parents, and teachers from Oman, we do have 2 students who have joined us from Oman. So we have Aditya Damodar Katti, who is from Indian School Muscat, and we have Alan John, who is from Indian School Al Mabila, who have joined us at SP Jain for the BBA program and the BDS program that we offer. So Aditya has joined us in our Singapore campus, and Alan has joined us in our Sydney campus. So just thought of sharing this piece of information with everybody present here today, since we are targeting students and parents and teachers in Oman.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
An event of this kind requires the coordination of a committed team. Thank you to the ISB team for making Avenir 2022 possible. Thank you to each of the teachers, students, and parents for being a part of the session.
Today is our opportunity to build the tomorrow you want. With these uplifting words, I, Prerna,
and I
wish you all a glorious day ahead. Before we sign off, let me remind you the upcoming online sessions, Science, Humanities, and Commerce. gentle reminder to fill the feedback form. Every attendee who submits the feedback form will receive a digital certificate. See you in the next section. Stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you.